So this is the 1998 Ford Mustang 3.8 automatic car that I bought for $800. Okay, welcome to the video. I'm going to kind of go over what this is. This is a 1998 Ford Mustang I bought in Phoenix for $800. I bought this car just kind of for an impulse buy and to make a little bit more money. It's got very, very faded paint. We're going to end up painting the car and we're going to end up putting a brand new black top on it. That's pretty much what we're going to end up doing with it. That's all there is. And then we're going to sell it and make a little money off it. And as far as needing to paint it, the paint's faded, but it's also really chipped up. I sanded off this little spot right here just to kind of get a feel for it. And I could use a little bit more sanding here and there, but it's going to sand down pretty good. There's no dents or anything on it. It's perfectly straight body. It's got some aftermarket taillights. Wait until we get the top changed, and then the black combo with the red, and then the black top with the red will look really good, sharp. The wheels and tires, we're going to leave the stock wheels. They're okay. They're not the best looking wheels, but they're what was on the car, and I'm not about to put brand new wheels on an $800 car. I will put new tires in the back, a lot bigger tire too, because they're really small, and the back tires are smaller than the front tires, so it gives it a really weird stance. So yeah, same story on the other side. Paint's really faded, no dents, really chipped up paint. Oh, the interior on this car. The interior on this car is in like mint condition. No rips, scratches, tears, anything. It's just perfect. I actually really enjoy this car because the interior is in such good shape. It's dirty, but it just needs cleaned. Well, there it is. The Powerhouse 3.8 V6. This thing had a bit of a misfire, so I ended up changing the coil pack and that fixed it. Ran great after that. The motor mounts are definitely out. I've been working on changing those today. It's got headers on it, no blown head gasket. It apparently overheated at one point and they ended up rebuilding the motor, which there's good indications of it. If you work around on it, you can see that this thing has been out of here before. The belt, yeah, the belt's seen better days. It's starting to shred, so it's gonna need a new serpentine belt, which those are a pain in the neck. Unless you have a diagram, which I don't. Looks like someone took the sticker off. It's probably right about there. AC, does it work? No. But the compressor is not seized up, so I'm willing to bet it's just the clutch and it needing charged. Heater doesn't work because they have the heater core undone, so I'll have to see if that leaks really bad. That's basically it for the little 3.8. So the main thing with this car is we're just gonna get it done, you know, make it a good car for someone to drive every day. I have a list, actually, I'll go over that. Okay, so without further interruptions, I've been getting phone calls and everything else, so going off the list, I wrote it all down what I want to do to the car. Number one thing on the list was the coil. I already changed that. The thing would run really bad, and that's another reason we got it for $800, because the coil was out. The top, need to change the top. Another reason it was $800, the top is trashed, full of holes. They're going to put a new black top on it, a one-piece top so it doesn't leak anymore. Motor mount, I gotta change the motor mounts. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The brakes, I already changed the brakes. That was another weird thing. The lady thought the axle bearing was out when I bought it because when you'd be turning, it would squeak, and the brakes were just so far gone. I should find those and show you guys because they're pretty bad. Paint and body, another reason it was $800. The paint is just trashed on this car. The front especially. Once we're done with the paint and body, the car is really gonna look good. Spoiler. I have a spoiler for the car. It doesn't have one on it now, so you know I'm gonna put a spoiler on it. I've had a spoiler for a Ford for a long time in my garage, probably like 7 years. I've had it since I was like 12. I had a Dodge van that I was gonna put it on, and my dad thought it was the greatest idea in the world, and I thought it was a good idea. We just never did it because we didn't want to. Where's that thing? I actually should show you. This is the spoiler. It's been sanded down by me just recently so I could see, and it is the right Ford red for the car. It has a light in the middle, which isn't supposed to be there for a Mustang, it turns out. So this is not for a Mustang, but it is for a Ford. The curves for it and everything match the body lines perfectly with the car. It matches, I mean, to a T. And it's not for a Mustang, so it's probably either for an older or a newer version of this car, or it's for a different vehicle that just shares the same body lines. Okay, so where did that list go? I have no idea where I put the list. It's gone. I'm probably gonna get another phone call now that I'm looking for the list and everything. Aha! Well, turns out the list fell off the car. It's sandpaper with, what is this, 60 grit? Yeah, 60 grit sandpaper went off the roof of the car. I don't know how it did it, but I dropped it on the roof. I remember that now, and it slid all the way down on the other side. Just my luck. Wires and plugs. So I never actually ended up putting new spark plugs and wires on it. They're just fine. Everything looks good there. The AC needs fixed in the car, but the lady told me she kept putting Freon in it and everything, and it just would not cool off for no reason. It just would not cool. And the clutch doesn't work on the AC compressor, so that's why. Tires. The tires need changed. I already went over that. The front tires are bigger than the back tires, so it makes it this weird stance where the front's up here and the back's down here, so it looks like a front-wheel drive car that's designed for drag racing, and it's a rear-wheel drive car, so it should be the other way around. The muffler, I already took the muffler off. I made a video on that. The mufflers on these cars are horrible. I would never recommend keeping the stock muffler unless you're in an area where they focus on emissions really bad. They don't where I live, thank God, so I could take the muffler off and just kind of, you know, do what I want with my cars. I'm gonna end up putting a different muffler system on the car, not leave it just open exhaust, because that's not also very good for a car either, and it's not good for the planet, because I'm not also that kind of a jerk. So that's it for the list, and that's pretty much it for the car. I am gonna look for those brake pads. Found the brake pads, so I'll show you them. They're really torn up. I mean, they're beyond destroyed. This one's not too bad. Wow, there's still, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is cracks. Let's see. There's some cracks and everything in this one. It's also like paper thin. That one's really bad. This one also cracked, same deal. This is the one that freaked me out when I took it off. Look at that thing. It is destroyed, and it's so paper thin that it just cracked under, I guess, a high load or something. This one, it just fell apart when I took it off. I don't know if those were the front or the back. I know the backs were just destroyed, and I know why, because they're a little harder to change than the fronts. And moving on to the other brake pads I have. I think, no, these are the back brake pads. These are also just super thin, and they were, I think it had warped rotors or something. No big deal, I put new rotors. This one is so thin that it's actually going to bare metal. There's the squeak the lady was talking about. No cracks or anything, but the fronts were just so cracked and destroyed. So, if you learned anything, change your brake pads, because if you don't, they end up just getting destroyed and cracking like that. But now you know what's going on with the Mustang and what to expect with it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.